Hello everyone, my name is Nick, and for my first restoration I will be doing a number 42 Bedford Evening news fan from the regular Wheels series. This car was produced from 1957 till 1964 and always came in yellow. As you can see, the model has quite a lot of paint missing, the decals are in rough shape, it's missing the big sign on top, the axles are quite rusty and the base have been caved in, as you can see right here. To take apart the model, you just have to drill out the rivet on the bottom right here. I quickly ran off to get a screwdriver to pry open the base and release it from the model. From the moment it loosens, you can lift up the body and slide it forward. As you saw previously, the base was caved in, so with some little force I managed to bend the base back into shape. Before I continue, I want to give a quick shout out to MK Models for delivering the decals and the sign. Link to their web store will be in the description down below. Now it's time to remove the 6-year-old paint and decals with some regular paint stripper. I take my paintbrush and cover the model in a thick layer. You don't actually need to use this much, but oopsie! Next, I need to concentrate on the axles and wheels. When metal rusts, it expands and causes the wheels to lock to the axle. Luckily, only one wheel was stuck. I put the car in a container and let it sit in some oil overnight to loosen the rust. Let's go back to the body. Make sure I have my water container and start taking off the paint with my toothbrush. Fast forward a bit, and at this point I start to realize that there's a lot of paint still on the model. After another round of paint stripper and taking it off, I start picking away the rest of the paint with a toothpick. This is what I end up with. The metal underneath the paint is actually in really good shape. Now, as you can see, it has a really small casting line that I will try to remove with some sandpaper. After a little while, the line disappears. For primer, I use the Tamiya Fine Surface Primer. After degreasing the model, I start by spraying a light coat of primer. After 2 coats, I end up with this. Not bad for a first attempt. Now you can start to see the details in this model. For the base color, I chose a yellow X8 from Tamiya. After the primer cures, I mix up some paint with thinner, pour it in my airbrush pistol, and start with a little coat so the paint sticks to the model. It's my first time using an airbrush, so any advice is welcome. After the first coat sets, I go into my hyperdrive and put on the next coat. This is the result. Not bad. Next, I ordered a replacement panel and stickers for the model. A quick coat of yellow and done! Back to the base. It seemed the oil managed to loosen the one stuck wheel. So now it's time to get the wheels off so I can strip the paint off the base and repaint it. I use a technique I saw on another YouTuber's channel, Marty's Matchbox Makeovers. He uses his Dremel to take off the metal that's holding on the wheel. After a little while, the wheel comes right off, so I decided not to bore you guys by showing you the same process on a second axle. I spent 2 minutes sanding the axles to get the rust off. Result! Next, the wheels. Time for a bath. Put them in some soapy water and clean them with a toothbrush. The paint on the base has to go. Another round of paint stripper it is. Fast forward, taking the paint off, and voila! So we have clean wheels, rust-free axles, a painted model, a painted base, a painted sign, and new decals. No, I didn't film me putting on the wheels because I tried a lot of different methods. It's my first time. What I ended up with is crushing the axle between my vise when I put on the wheels. As you can see, the axles aren't perfect, but as good as I can get them with my limited resources. Now, time for the decals. I choose to fast forward the sticker on the sign and completely cut out the stickers on the model itself. It's about a 30-minute clip of me failing, cursing, and placing the stickers so badly that I will probably end up replacing them on a later date. Time for the reassembly. First, the sign on top. As you can see, I need to stay in frame. Good job, Nick. Before I put on the base, I wanted to paint the headlights and grille with some metal paint. Not bad, I guess. I like it. Now, let's assemble the base. Off camera, of course. Why not? And voila! We have a completed model. So this was my first restoration. If you have any advice, feel free to share it in the comments down below. And my only question left to ask is, what model do you want to see restored next? Bye!